ongoing feud over the new Steve Jobs movie starring Ashton Kutcher. It premiered over the weekend, and the harshest review was from Apple's co-founder. Steve Wozniak called the film fiction, and ABC's Neil Karlinski has the story.
We've raised the bar, and if we want to stay there, we got to risk everything.
This morning, the producers of Jobs, the much-anticipated film about the Apple founder, are learning there's really only one Steve Jobs.
To some extent, it's gotten a bad rap just in light of the fact that it had the audacity to cast Ashton Kutcher as one of the most significant figures of the last century, and people have a hard time, taking Ashton Kutcher seriously.
The film opened to lackluster reviews and a poor box office turnout this weekend. Now an off-screen feud is brewing between Jobs star Ashton Kutcher and, of all people, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak.
That is so much better than phaser beam computers.
Wozniak, featured prominently in the movie during his early days with Jobs,
I'm leaving Apple.
has taken on the role of chief critic, writing his own scathing review that Steve Jobs isn't portrayed accurately.
Ashton played Steve Jobs' mannerisms so well, but he didn't bring out the thinking that makes us love Steve, the ideas that drove Apple forward.
Kutcher didn't respond to an ABC News request, but told the Associated Press Steve Wozniak is being paid by another company to support their Steve Jobs film. It's personal for him, but it's also business. He was also extremely unavailable to us. The film's producers have been quick to point out the movie is a drama, not a documentary. Kutcher told GMA earlier this month getting Jobs right was important to him.
I wanted to honor him and who he was and how he was, and I really admire him.
I had such high hopes for this movie, and it was so hard to say that it let me down a bit and it fell a bit flat.
Wozniak may not be a fan, but he did go see the movie, and even though he didn't like it, he's got the rest of us talking about it. And in the movie business, that's not bad. For Good Morning America, Neil Karlinski, ABC News, Seattle.
And Woz said that he feels like a lot of what went wrong with the film came from Ashton's own image of Jobs. So he says Ashton was disingenuous in the role.
Wow.
But you know what? He's talking about it. We're talking about it.
It needs the help. It came in 7th in the box office last weekend.